Why it sucks to be Geralt of Rivia. You were born beneath silence, not screaming, but observed. The son of a sorceress, Vicenna, and presumably a wandering warrior named Corrin. Magic and blood entwine in your veins before your eyes ever open. Your mother, a woman bound more to arcane duties than maternal instinct, hands you off without ceremony to the school of the wolf. No lullaby, no name spoken with love, just the cold stone of Kaer Morhen. You arrive as a child, but Kaer Morhen makes no room for children. Its halls smell of damp rock and burning coction. The trial of the grasses awaits. You don't know what it means, only that boys scream, and some don't stop. Mutagens twist your body, bones fracture and rebuild. Organs fight to survive poison after poison. Most die. You do not. You endure. But what comes out of that dungeon is no longer just a boy. You are not born. You are created. They give you a name, Geralt. You claim the surname of Rivia later, not by heritage, but for disguise, for story. You don't yet know if you belong to Rivia or to death. Vesemir, the oldest witcher, watches over you, gruff, patient, scarred. He teaches you how to hold a sword, how to read monsters like books, how to stay alive when your blood wants to boil. He never says, "I love you," but he stays. That's more than most. In the courtyard, your limbs become weapons, trained to kill monsters. Cockatrice, Endrega, elementals. You practice on the dead until the dead is all the monsters seem to be. You taste blood early, learn how it feels to skin a creature alive. The steel sings when you swing your sword. One silver for monsters of flesh, the other steel for men. You learn languages, Elvish, Dwarvish, to hunt every creature and read every contract. You learn disdain from peasants, fear from nobles. No embraces, no lullabies. Just contracts, just monsters, just survival. Even nights are cold under those ramparts. Kaer Morhen doesn't offer warmth. You huddle in furs listening to howling winds. The code, the vow of neutrality, of killing for coin, is spoken around your bedroll like a creed. But inside, you taste bitterness. You are made to kill, yet you are called the monster. You rise before dawn, steel on your back. The world doesn't wait. You are forged in shadows, baptized in pain. Everything you are and everything you will be begins here, in the calculus of survival. Not born into a life, molded, tempered, sold to a world that needs you, even as it reviles you. You slip into the world, roads uneven, skies gray with uncertainty. At your side, 2 swords and a sack of potions that hiss with promise. You are a blade dipped in alchemy, sharpened for a single purpose, survival. But the world asks more. It asks questions your throat cannot answer. The Butcher of Blaviken. You want to do the right thing. Blaviken is a small town, a dot on a blood-stained map. You're there for a contract, same as always, simple. But this time, morality tangles around your feet like vines. Renfri, a mutant like you. Cursed, hunted, vengeful. She offers you a deal. Step aside. Let her kill the mage Stregobor who used her, discarded her, feared her. But Stregobor's no innocent either. Neither is Renfri. You try diplomacy. You beg. But blood wants blood. They won't stop. So you do. 6 of her men lie dead before dawn. Renfri breathes her last in your arms, whispering of fate. You kill to save the town, and they call you Butcher. Butchers revel in blood. You drowned in it. You wanted peace. They gave you infamy. From then on, every town hears your name and flinches. The Butcher of Blaviken, a title sharper than your blades. You live, but something inside you dies. You move on. You always do. War-torn Nilfgaardian roads stretch out before you. Peasants eye your medallion and spit. You read contracts in smoke-filled taverns, drowners, wraiths, a chort stealing sheep. Each one pays coin. Each one pays silence. You sharpen your blades at dusk, sleep with one eye open. The code? It's all you have. Don't get involved. Don't choose sides. Kill monsters. Collect coin. Walk away. But you remember Blaviken, and you know, sometimes walking away means letting the worst people win. Roach. One name, many lives. Among the few constants in your world, Roach. She's not a magical steed, not enchanted, just a mare. Brown coat, steady heart, smarter than most men. Every horse you name Roach. And every Roach listens like she understands. She carries you through swamps, battlefields, brothels. She never questions. She never judges. When people abandon you, when kings betray you, Roach is still there, munching carrots and giving you that look like she's more human than the ones you save. Sometimes when the path feels endless, you rest your head against her neck and whisper stories you'd never tell another soul. She's not a friend. She's not family. But she's there, always. Every path leads back to Kaer Morhen, your home, your cage. There, around crackling hearths, you share laughter and scars with Eskel, Lambert, Cohen. They're not warm, but they're yours. Vesemir trains you, not with kindness, but with presence. The old wolf doesn't say much, but when he calls you son, the world quiets. Then her, Yennefer of Vengerberg. Storm-eyed, raven-haired. Her entrance is always smoke and shadow. You meet her chasing a djinn. You end up shackled to her heart. She's pride, cruelty, brilliance. And you, the mutant with a dead stare and fading scars. Somehow she sees past the alchemy. You clash like steel on steel. But you keep coming back. Because when she's near, you feel less like a weapon, more like a man. But magic lies. And love doesn't always heal. You kill a Leshen protecting dryads. A noon wraith bound to a child's lullaby. You slice through myth and memory. Each beast is a puzzle, and each puzzle feels familiar. A father weeps over his cursed daughter. A baron beats his wife yet begs you to save her. A vampire mourns his human lover. You walk among these stories like a specter, never quite belonging, never quite free. You realize the truth. You were made to slay monsters, but some are too human, and some humans are too monstrous to kill. A letter arrives at Kaer Morhen. Her name is Cirilla, or Ciri, the last of the Cintrians. A child in gray skies with emerald eyes like burning forests. Geralt, he's your destiny. But destiny has teeth. You learn it soon enough. You find Ciri in Cintra's ruins. Ash and embers paint the world gray. She stands alone in that devastation. Smoke swirling around her tiny frame, a sword's echo in her clenched fist. Panic blurs your vision, then a steel-edged calm settles in. This child, the girl with your blood on her hands, is yours. Not by fate, by need. You sweep her into your arms. The world reels. Monsters roar. Politics digest kingdoms. But in that moment, your complete world shrinks to one heartbeat. Back at the keep, old echoes awaken. Training begins at dawn, blade in hand, potion on tongue. You teach Ciri to steel her arm, sharpen her aim against scarecrows. You bring her to the stables, show her how to treat Roach with gentleness and respect. The bond forms, one of endurance, of blood. The witcher you are meets the child you hope for. Among lectures on signs and Erden, there are lessons of choice. When to strike, when to spare, when to love, when to let go. But Ciri is more than human. She has elder blood. Magic ripples under her skin, untouched by alchemy, untrained, raw. Her green glow first flickers under moonlight, stirring fear in your heart. And Yennefer's power shifts too, sensing the girl's destiny. Prophecies whisper through halls. You stand between a daughter of fate, and those who would claim her for their own. You don't know if you're protecting her, or if you're protecting the world from what she might be. You flee with Ciri, through swamps where drowners lurk, across wide Nilfgaardian fields blanketed by war. You learn each other. She learns to smile, to trust. You learn how fragile love can be, how it can burn you. King Radovid hunts you both. Every town's joints creak with his fear-mongering. You sneak through witcher tunnels. You hide in sorceress sanctuaries. You fight. You lose. You run. Every time your sword finds flesh, it's not a beast, it's hate. It's fear for her. Her green eyes in danger. The path goes dark, but you carry her light. You bore through fate with grim determination. Graveyard fog cloaks your steps near Velen. Magic snaps. Chaos quiets. But your world hollows. The girl vanishes. Ciri, your daughter, your burden, disappears like mist. You hear it before you know it. A scream you can't reach. A blade found. A door slammed by prophecy. Your world fractures. The promise of home disintegrates. Every friend you've made, Yennefer, Triss, Dandelion, Zoltan, they are shades, allies, guides in a world now strewn with clues to one missing heartbeat. Born of Kaer Morhen steel, seasoned in hate and blood, you become something else now, a father. The path twists away from monsters toward people, toward a singular mission: find Ciri, bring her back, keep her alive. It's not a contract, no coin. Each clue is tacked to memory boards in the hub of White Orchard. Each step is carved into your soul. Impossible. Regardless, you chase it, through Nilfgaard, through the Lodge, through political rumblings that threaten more than your child. Because destiny may have teeth, but you have a blade, and now a reason. A blade through flesh, a contract gone wrong. You collapse among fallen brothers, blood mingling with snow. Darkness comes and drags you down. But you wake, as you always do. Resurrection is grotesque. Alchemy drags your heart back, but the spark of hope is snuffed. You are not meant to live, yet you endure. This is not fate, it's damnation. Your memory fractures. You wake in Vizima in Witcher 1, amnesiac, scarred by the loss of time and truth. You fight. But who are you now? Allies greet you like a ghost? Triss Marigold, warmth you can't claim, but something flickers. Zoltan Chive, crude jokes, loyal steel, dandelion, voice without shame. Yet every conversation stings. You're missing pieces. Did you love? Did you save? Who was Geralt, and who were you? Vizima is rotting. Political rot seeps under NPC doors like vile gas. Vampire assassins, evil sorcerers, power-hungry royals. You pick sides. You stab enemies. You cast signs. You drive the lilac and goose through the court like a knife. You make deals. You break them. You lose friends. You kill men. But the world moves. It burns. You ask yourself, what's more monstrous? The creature you slay, or the human you betray? The living or the dead? In Witcher 2, you step into the Ring of Kings. You are a tool. You are a blade. You slide into intrigue where bodies fall in corridors and minds snap beneath ivory towers. You chase Iorveth, or Vernon Roche, or both. Each path stains your hands deeper. In Vergen or Loch Muine, throne halls whisper with treason. You choose, freedom or tyranny. You fight an army. You outsmart a magician. You watch comrades die. You make a contract with destiny again, only now it's signed in blood and broken promises. Yennefer returns amidst magical chaos. Your bond burns again. You steal kisses in sanctums before ritual fires. You bleed together. But magic demands sacrifices. Amidst prophecy and power you wonder, are you lovers, pawns, or parents to a fate you barely control? Whatever choices you make, you come back to one truth. Death is not release. It's a currency. You pay it. Others pay it. But Ciri remains your tether. With memory fractured, you chase rumors across war-torn lands, from Vizima's swamp to the Mage's sanctuary. When the trail leads you back to your mission, you're no longer just a witcher. You're a broken father on borrowed time, haunted by mistakes, shadowed by resurrection, driven by one singular flame. You stand once more at a crossroads, remember and risk becoming the monster you once feared. Or stay in the dark and let destiny slip through your grasp. You wake in White Orchard. The forests whisper her name. Quest logs mention dragon feeding grounds, whispering merchants, maps leading north. You're not hunting beasts, you're hunting hope. Every contract is camouflage. Swamps give up drowners. Keepers of the wood lead you toward answers. You press on. You meet Yennefer and Velen. Moots in the ruined church, voices echo with the weight of your shared years. Her gaze holds storms and solace. Together, you resume the hunt, searching ruins, questioning mages, bending courts. Rage and regret fuse in your stride. She hands you a dove feather with Ciri's handwriting. It's truth, and a promise you must fulfill. The world is at war. Novigrad burns under Nilfgaard's steel. Radovid's madness strangles Redania. Scoia'tael guerrillas hunt elves, and fiends crawl from under cities. You fight, you bleed, you lose allies. Zoltan, Milva, Roche, Iorveth. Vernon. You slaughter monsters and men because every side demands slaughter. You wonder which kills more, silver sword or human heart? They come at night. Armor black as void, horns like death's crown. The wild hunt carries Ciri, the magic child. Their arrival is apocalypse in moonlight. You chase them across the northern realms, skulls in their wake. You fight phantoms on a glacier, clashing steel against doomed fate. You save lives, but can't yet save her. Velen guides you to the Dawn Age portal. You step through with Ciri by your side. A memory, a migration. You watch her fall into fear, a child hunted. You see the face of the Force behind the hunt. Then flames, then a blade, then her disappearing smile. You follow, through ice and shadow. You nearly lose her before the Citadel falls. But you endure, because the last thing you'll do is lose her. The final fight unfolds on the grounds of the Citadel. Ciri stands before you, torn between hope and rage. You fight alongside her as father and witcher. Steel meets spectral fury. Magic bursts with feverish light. When victory arrives, it tastes of ash and rebirth. The moment shatters you. Ciri stands before a portal, a choice at the edge of the world. She stays. You help her seal the power from her blood. She remains with you in the world you bled to protect. You become family. She goes. She sacrifices her birthright. She carries your path to a new age. You stand alone, bearing loss again. In either choice, peace is unsettled. Your world is altered. Your path, never-ending. Peace comes in fragments. You ride Ciri's horse, staring at the tripwire between dawn and dusk. You visit your friends. You taste wine that tastes like tears. You lose Yennefer to politics, possibly to death. Kaer Morhen sits empty as an old grave. You feel Roach's gentle wicker, but it echoes differently now. Once again, you glaze a tavern, no contract, just warmth. A fire flickers, the world moves. You sit. You wonder, are you a legend told around hearths? A brood of stories whispered between villages? Or just a man who never fit in? You close your eyes. You see her face, Ciri's green flame, Yennefer's stormlight, your friend's scars, Roach's gentle breath, your own reflection, lined with sorrow and grit. Your story ends here, but only until the next dawn. You stand at the crossroads of what was, what is, what might never be again. You fought fate and survived, but the weight of it lingers in your bones like steel in the deep. You walk away from war. The steel at your side grows cold, its purpose spent. You return to a cabin by a misty lake, a place that feels quieter than Kaer Morhen. It's not a home, but a refuge. The hearth glows orange in the dusk, the same hearthstones that once echoed with steel and sorrow. Mornings blur, no contracts to ride to, no monsters to kill. You rise to silence, broken only by Roach's soft neigh. Breakfast is bread dipped in cheese, not the clang of armor. For once, you feel like a man, not a weapon. But every time you lift your mug, you wonder, is this peace earned or stolen? They visit in dreams at night. Eskel, Lambert, Vesemir, friends and brothers long gone. Yennefer's storm whispers in the wind. Ciri's laughter echoes in the trees. You find yourself scanning the horizon for danger, even when none comes. The world moved on, but you're frozen in split seconds of loss. You replay your choices like rune-etched scars. If Ciri stayed, what if she left? If Yennefer lived, what if she died on that path? Maybe your path stands for fate. Maybe you'll always end at the crossroads. The world's wounds heal, but yours remain.